fractions, but our focus is going to be on the adding and subtracting of fractions. Depending on what you know about fractions, can please somebody define what fraction is? Yes?
Part of the whole number.
It's part of the whole number. A fraction is simply having two whole numbers in the numerator and the denominator. Adding and subtracting of fractions. Today we are going to look at adding and subtracting of fractions. Just the way we can add whole numbers, we can do this to fractions as well. As you can see, I have a rectangle here. And this rectangle here. They're all separated into equal parts, but here we've just shaded 2 parts of the 5 parts. That is why it is 2 over 5. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes, and here we have 5 parts as well, but only 1 part of the rectangle is shaded. That's why it's written 1 over 5. Thank you very much if you understand, or if you have any questions why we have these numbers, 2 over 5 and 1 over 5, please ask. Thank you very much. To continue, as you can see, this is the same rectangle. Okay, so just like I said, in the first rectangle, we have 2 parts that are shaded, and in the second rectangle, only 1 part is shaded. So when we are going to add, we are going to look at the denominators. They also play a role. In this instance, the denominators are the same, so we don't have a problem with adding our numerators. And numerators, we all know, is these numbers on the top of the fractional line. So adding 2 with 1 will give us 3 out of the 5 parts that we have separated our rectangle. Am I clear?
Yes, miss.
Just like we could do with the addition of fractions, we can also subtract fractions. In this instance, we have 8 parts of the rectangle and 8 parts of this rectangle as well. But in this instance, in this rectangle, only 6 parts of the 8 pieces are shaded. And in this part, only 2 of the parts are shaded out of the 8 parts of the rectangle. Am I clear? And in this instance, again, we are going to look at the denominators. Again, the denominators are 8 and they're the same, right?
Yes, miss.
Since the denominators are the same, what do? We add the numerators. In this instance, the numerator is 6 and 2. Sorry, we are not adding, we are subtracting. Sorry. So 6 minus 2 will give us a 4 out of the 8, which is, we are going to cancel out some of this, the part of the rectangle, to give us only 4 parts of the rectangle. Am I clear?
Yes, miss.
Thank you very much. So let's please quickly work on these examples together. Okay, can somebody tell me, when you see something like this, we're looking at the difference in fractions. This is subtracting, right?
Yes, miss.
So what are you going to do first? Yes? Can you please tell me what we can do first?
Subtract the numerator.
Before you subtract the numerators, all of you should concentrate on the on the denominator as well. You don't just run into subtracting the numerators. Understand?
Yes, miss.
You should focus on the denominator first. If they are the same, that's when you are going to subtract our numerators. So in this instance, 6 minus 2 is equal to what?
4.
So the answer is going to be 4 over
9.
4 over 9. Very good. understand?
Yes.
Hello? Are you concentrating?
Yes, miss.
No. You don't raise your attention. You're not focusing on class. What did we say? When we are adding fractions, what do we do?
Oh, we need to check the denominator if they are the same.
Yes. In this instance, in the first fraction, the denominator is 9, and in the second one, the denominator is 9. So we add the numerators. Thank you very much. Please stop holding your head. Thank you. Further examples. Now we are going to look at how we can add fractions that have different denominators. Because it's possible that you get a fraction that has different denominators. Now, someone might wonder what you do when the denominators are the same, because it's simple. When the denominators are the same, you just simply add the numerators. But if the denominators are not the same, you have to find the lowest common multiple. I'm sure you all know what the lowest common multiple is. Is there anyone that doesn't know what the lowest common multiple is?
No.
You all know what it is, right? This is simply finding the lowest common multiple, in this instance, of 7 and 5. So the lowest common multiple of 7 and 5 is what?
35.
Yes, thank you very much. It's 35. Now that we have the lowest common multiple, we are going to write our fractions like this. You all might wonder where I got the 25 and where I got the 21, right? This is by simply, you look at the lowest common multiple of 7 and 5 is 35, right? So we are going to multiply 5 with 5 to give us 35. 25, right? Yes, and 7 with 3 to give us 21. That is how we got the numerators. So now that the denominators are the same, we simply add the numerators. 25 plus 21 is equal to what?
46.
46. When you see a number like this, it's called a, what do you call these numbers? Does anyone know anything about such a number? Yes? Yes, it's improper fraction. It's like you having a big head and your body is too small. You cannot balance, right? So this number is too big for the 35. That's why we call it improper, because it's not proper, right? So 46 over 35 is our final answer, because it's in its simplest form in this instance. Do you have any questions so far about the explanation I did?
No question.
Okay, I have an activity for you, so please do this activity. Pass it on to the next person. Where is your book? Okay. You're done writing? Thank you. You're done? Yes, are you done?
Yes, miss.
My slow learner, hurry up. Are you done?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Thank you. I see some correct answers here. This is a good remark that you all understand what fractions are. So, I have a homework for you guys. We all have a homework to do at home. So, what you're going to do is simply apply the denominators. If the denominators are the same, you add the numerators. be different, you simply find the lowest common multiple. That is what you're going to do with the homework. I have mixed questions here, so everything needs to be applied. Otherwise, if you have any questions on the homework?
No question.
Thank you very much. That is the end of our lesson. You have a blessed day.